the morning food supervisor today. Stripe's hopped down now, but he was the morning computer time supervisor. He was laying beside me on the love seat while I was working at my computer. Don's already in working because we're leaving in just a little over an hour to go down to UNCC to take Johnny to an appointment. Nothing serious, but just easier for us to go down there today. So, he's in there trying to get in a couple hours of work before we head out. It's another lovely day, although warmer. My hoped, I just saw a goldfinch again. My hope to get great pictures didn't pan out, or video didn't pan out yesterday. I had an hour's worth of footage to look at, and there was no quality video of any goldfinch to share with you. Maybe I'll go try to set it up because they're very active down there right now, although it's not great light. Good morning, Gray. Hi, sweetheart. Hello. Here you go. Come on, Bubble. Come here. Hi. Good morning. There's some nice fresh chicken for you. I put a tablespoon or so of water on it every morning. Keep it nice and wet. Make sure she's getting enough fluids. All right, everybody. Waiting on me. Yeah. Hi. Good morning. Come here, Morris. Sorry. There was a yellow jacket that buzzed me right away. You know what? We're going to put the wet food over here because it takes them a day or two to figure out that the food is, I know they can smell it at stuff, but it's like the yellow hornets, yellow jackets, whatever they are. They're waiting over there for the food because that's where it's been for several days, and they'll come over here and they'll find it, but maybe the kitties will have a few minutes first. We'll see. Anyway, that one basically touched my arm, and as we all know, it would make for a not great day if I got stung first thing this morning. It's serious business. Hold it up.
I'm very sad.
Yeah.
So I'm writing the assembler program. So I'm wanted to use I'm trying to use online stuff, but I can't. I'm having trouble finding everything. So, I'll just use my original Don Miller
yellow card
from when I went to Software
Base Camp.
Right. And
that's vintage 70s.
Well, right. This is actually printed in 81, so I think this is when I changed from hardware to software.
Okay.
So that would have been 83.
Okay.
So, and I got this in 83. This is the original card, but it's sad. I can no longer read it. The print's too small.
It is really tiny. That's when you take a picture with your phone.
Right. Well, I know, but my whole point was I wanted just to look up something real quick here. And it's like there's no looking up because I'm sitting here writing assembler and I'm constantly, what was that? How's that mnemonic? What's that? And so back in the day, I used to whip this out, scan down. Oh, there it is, and it just But now, because online you have to go to the web page, you have to then do a find because most of the time it's in a daggum PDF. You can't really quickly get to it. It takes several clicks.
Well, the fixer in me, I realize that's somewhat anti-woman and more guy-centered, but wants to find it online, make it in big text, and print it for you.
Right, but I only get 10 pages a month, and this thing now is...
Now look, we don't handle the printer like we handle supercharging with Robot. When we need to print things, we print things.
No, we don't. Well,
How much was it a copy past 10?
I don't remember.
Like 10 more cents or something?
20 cents a page or something.
You'll live.
I'll live.
Honestly, you will. You worry about the littlest, tiniest things.
Well, you know, it all counts. It all adds up. Anyway, the point is,
If you need it for your
sad.
job, you need it. And I'm sorry you're having trouble reading it. And I imagine it wasn't super easy to read back in the day, but they needed it to be a small form factor.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a lot of information.
We have several of those around here. There's there's a mint green one, and there's a blue aqua one. And
right. I have a 360 card, which is
old as Moses.
Green.
Okay.
And then I have a blue, which is ESA.
Okay. So green came first, yellow was in the middle, and then blue.
Right.
Okay.
That's correct. So
aren't you impressed I remember that much?
Right.
I remember MVS ESA.
That's right.
It's 1 minute to 11. We're taking off on time without a supercharger stop. It's showing a 1:30 arrival, 2 hours and 33 minutes. But we will be stopping in probably Salisbury to use the restroom. Right. We don't have to be there until 2, so we've got a 30-minute cushion. But Don is ready to take an 11 a.m. conference call.
Yeah.
And poor guy's got that cream on his face twice a day for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And it just gets redder as it goes.
That's
or
right.
maybe not if it's not killing anything.
That's right.
But if it's actually treating something, it gets red. So anyway, don't make fun of him. But at 68, Don doesn't really care.
I don't care.
It's chemo cream to keep him from having to have stuff frozen on his nose to make sure. It's a preventative.
Yeah, Fluorosil.
Yeah, it's a preventative thing.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
We're good?
We're good. With tire pressures in the 40s, we're good. Today's project in the car, Space Baby, aka Upskilled Baby Astronaut. Well, Don's done with this conference call. We're on the back road, and there's a couple of different back roads, and this is not Don's favorite because we kind of forgot to maybe select the alternate one, which was probably only different by a minute or something.
Yeah, and this way we pulled off the road at a place where I had good cell reception because it was really struggling because these back roads, the cell coverage is less than ideal.
Yeah, we're on, yeah, it is. So, what was I going to say?
Well,
that wasn't what I was going to say, and now I can't remember.
Oh, I do. So I have now, I'm a little surprised that I have gotten used to not holding my hands on the wheel because Ruby has pinged me a couple times because I'm not holding the wheel, and it's because with robot I don't have to hold the wheel, and I guess I'm really surprised that I've already gotten used to not holding the wheel so much. So having to hold the wheel, it's actually a now holding the wheel is a conscious effort, whereas before not holding the wheel was a conscious effort. So it's funny. It only took a few weeks to retrain me.
Right. While looking forward and making sure that everything was fine, I've already reached over one time and flicked the little wheel here for Don to get rid of the flashing. I don't think he noticed it was flat. I mean, he was looking ahead, but he was on his conference call, and I just, we're fine. And I reached over and I flicked the little button for him.
Well, there is a holding the wheel. You could have your hands on the wheel, but if you don't put enough torque on it,
it's really register. It's really useless to determine if the person is actually paying attention or not. And all it does is make sure you have a death grip on the wheel enough that it can tell that you're on the holding it. But it really has nothing to do with whether you're looking. It's not as good as monitoring the eyeballs, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And certainly more annoying.
Right.
And even though I haven't driven robot as much as you have, I still get into Ruby and have that, oh, that's right, I have to hold the wheel, kind of a moment. And we obviously don't have on Ruby the start from park, FSD from park. You can see it's missing from the screen here. It would have been right underneath the profile decision is where it is in robot. So, and I'm almost done with the little guy, as you would have guessed. It's kind of like building a BrickHeadz. I am very pleased to report that the face and the that's our book, and the very traditional, from this goes back I think to the 70s, certainly the 80s Lego space icon here, that these are printed parts and not stickers. And I'm just going to tell you right now, and I'm sure our friend David will agree with me, that Lego will be producing this in other colors. This tile with this space thing on it and these babies for another GWP, they're just bound to do that. At least I think this is a new piece, but I guess I should go verify. New piece for this GWP. Makes this GWP gift with purchase that we got very very coveted, that there's these printed pieces here. So anyway, I'll have it done here in a minute. We're going to listen to Project Hail Mary. Hopefully we'll finish it up today. I should see how many hours we have left in the book, because it will tell me right here on this handy dandy screen. That's the wrong book. I was in the process of switching over to Project Hail Mary when I decided to shoot a video. It's so hard to tap the right. You think it's hard to tap the Tesla screen? It can be very hard to tap the. Yeah, we've got 2 hours and 42 minutes left. So
7 days of hardcore sun.
We should be able to finish it today. All right, Project Hail Mary chapter 24 coming up. Well, there he is, including the little oxygen tanks on the back. It's a lot of red. Although inside, those bricks that allow you to put the outer skeleton on, the outer skin, I guess skin's a better analogy, are different colored to help you see front and back, so you know where to put what. But way cool. I am not looking at the sign, well, the other side that says pumpkin shakes are back. I'm not looking at that. But I was. Yeah, I'm a pumpkin spice girl. What can I say? I'm the girl that would go to that place at the Walmart parking lot in Fuquay in the middle of, at Easter, and order pumpkin spice frappuccino. So, you know. Well, all I got to say is thank God Don's driving, because we're over here on 77. We're headed over to Providence Boulevard, and I knew enough about Charlotte to know that wasn't a good thing, and that even though this appointment is only 9 miles from the school, that isn't nothing when you're trying to cross Charlotte. And anyway, Charlotte's right over there. By the time the camera was helpful, I sort of lost the city, but maybe coming up around this corner. But I'm just so thankful Don's driving and not me, because I knew when I learned to drive back in the 80s that coming into downtown Raleigh on US Highway 74 was just, I hated it from the very, did I say Raleigh?
Yeah.
I meant Charlotte. I hated it from the very first time. I would do it and I would be white knuckled, and you do what you have to do, but I hated it from the very first time. Somehow on one of our trips at IBM to Chicago, I actually drove in downtown Chicago. I've never driven in New York City, but I have driven in Chicago, and that actually wasn't too bad. It was not like what I'm used to seeing in New York. But anyway, there's Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte. Bye, Charlotte. Well, we finished up our appointment, which was basically in downtown Charlotte, and we're headed to drop Johnny back off at the school. His volunteer spot at the Super Fab Lab is at 5:30, and we might just make that. So unfortunately, no dinner, not even going to see the apartment this time. It's okay. We got done what was the necessaries, and it's always good to see Johnny no matter what. So I think I was going to tell you that I was really ready to be off of this interstate and that I don't like it out here on the interstate, and nothing about what I was filming changed my opinion of how I feel about being out here. So, Dawn did good. I'm just going to leave it there. Dawn did good. I don't know that Ruby was going to stop, and that was
well, it was one of those.
It was a little scary.
Everybody was following a little too close.
A little too close, and when you're at the end of the too close, you have not enough time.
That's right. All the gaps went away, and so yeah, I don't think I was able to recognize the situation one blink faster than Ruby was. But the difference was I knew there's stopping was not the answer, because all that means is just get rear-ended. And so
right, you were either going to hit the car in front of you, get hit from behind, or go off in the shoulder, which thank God is wide enough here. The cars that we ended up near, they looked at us like we were trying to cut in traffic and go ahead of them, and are like, no, we just saved ourselves from getting creamed between the car in front of us and the car behind us, and would you please just let us back in before we get a flat tire on some piece of metal over here in the shoulder. So
well, I had a similar situation many 30 years ago in a similar situation, and I went off real fast onto the shoulder like that, and I like stopped, and then the car behind me went off onto the shoulder and ran into the rear of my Volkswagen. That was.
They couldn't quite miss you, even though they tried to go around you. They couldn't miss you.
It was so bad. The car, well, the roads were wet, so let's be very clear. The roads were wet. I knew the Volkswagen had crappy brakes. Old Beetle had crappy brakes, so I knew I couldn't do it. So I immediately, and it was just every bit as tight. I just barely missed the person in front of me, did not hit them. But then I continued to slow all the way down to a stop. But the person behind me was tailgating me, and that person tried to do the same maneuver as I. And because I stopped, they hit me in the rear on the shoulder of the road.
I see.
And so I guess that the key thing is, that's why I didn't stop completely, is because you don't know who else is going to have to do that same maneuver, and you don't know if they're going to stop. So anyway, that was close. That was the closest accident in a while. I haven't been anything that close. I think Wally and I one time were somewhere, and the last time that was 15 more years ago. That close.
Well, unfortunately, I hit stop recording. I don't know why my thumb went to do that, and I closed my eyes because I was just like, whatever was happening, I had no control. So
maybe you caught that. How close the?
Oh, I caught that part. I think. Okay. Yeah.
You just didn't
catch all of Dawn's spectacular save. Yes.
Yeah. You caught the problem, but not the save.
So you got 1 mile to get over 4 or 5 lanes to exit.
I'm not driving.
Well, you need to get over. You and Ruby need to negotiate it sooner than later.
Well, there's Ruby charging at version 4 superchargers over here by Concord Mills Mall. It's very close to the Concord Mills. They're built a Starbucks, or it's in the Starbucks parking lot. The Starbucks is not open yet, I do not believe. Or if it is the deadest Starbucks. Maybe it's closed because it's 5, almost 6 o'clock. But I walked from the car to this very handy 24-hour Shell, and they had restrooms, and I got coffee for the trip back. I would definitely say this is a good stop. Now, the only thing I would tell you, if you see that Shell sign out there, that car is leaving, that is the way you want to come in. The mall is a right turn. So coming from the mall, you make a left turn there, and you can kind of meander through this parking lot to the Shell station and get over here to the supercharger. The navigation in the car had me go up and wait forever at this left turn, and then come down to the entrance down there where the traffic was really long, and fortunately a person let me make a left turn there. So those 2 left turns are killers. So I would tell you to pay attention and go in at the entrance for the Shell station. You can get to the supercharger. But I like this supercharger. It's version 4. It's good. At this point, the I put in the supercharger home. I took out the Thomasville, so we're at 3% right now. This is, I guess, the disadvantage of the older cars, version 2. She's only charging at 68 kilowatts. She's got 198 miles in her right now. We're gonna get home at 3%, so I've got to wait just a minute or two more, and then I can leave. But I don't want to. 3%'s too tight, so I'm gonna. I mean, a minimum of 10%. I guess is what I'm shooting for here. Okay, she shows 1 minute left to go. Okay, now she just decided. You just saw it change. She's calculating. Basically, that means she's ready to go. But you can see how slow we're charging at 53 kilowatt, even at a version 4 supercharger. We basically can continue the trip. We'll get home. The estimate is at 10% right now. And I'm just letting her finish this little calculation. All right, so she's just popped up the message, good to go. So I clicked OK, and she says we'll get home at 8:39. Of course, I got to swing by and pick up Marion at the Lego store, and we'll be home at 10%. So I'm calling it good. We're gonna trust these computers.
All right, I'm in Concord Mills, and Lego is this way. I think this is my 4th time in the store, coming and going for one reason or another from the Charlotte area. This is better than trying to make a separate trip up to Crabtree. Well, there's the Jack Sparrow ship. It's large and it's really dark. There's the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory set. That looks pretty neat, have to say. So here's the Hogsmeade Village, aka Harry Potter Christmas set. Looks pretty cool in person. I had heard it was 3 32-inch plates wide, and I agree, although I'm not sure that it's that deep. This store is bigger than Crabtree. There's a lot more stock here. I was hoping to see the Wicked sets built, but I don't see those. Everything else though. And I got Build-A-Brick, the Halloween minifigures, the Halloween pickup truck with the pumpkin on the back of it, and the a little green box, a Lego box. All right, well, oh, that jumped too far. Come on now. So we're following the white truck. Oh my God. It did one of those things where it just went past. It's missed it too. Oh no.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What the actual?
Yeah.
No.
So is it not on the other clip?
No, we've just flat out don't have it now. Except the proof that we're in the...
Yeah, well, we don't have no dents. We're not heading to the body shop.
Well, we're in the shoulder.
Right.
Oh, well. Well, we finished up our appointment, which was basically in downtown Charlotte, and we're headed to drop Johnny back off at the school. His volunteer spot at the Super Fab Lab is at 5:30, and we might just make that.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, no dinner, not even going to see the apartment this time. It's okay. We got done what was the necessaries, and it's always good to see Johnny no matter what. So.
That was me.
I stopped recording. Yeah, like we need to get back over, please. Could we please get over? The person behind you's a no. They're all mad. He won't let you over either.
Why are they mad at me?
I don't know, please. Yes. Well, whatever you did to save us, Donnie, I wasn't even looking. I closed my eyes because I can't do anything to fix it.
Right. I don't know that she was going to save us.
I stopped recording. My hand just hit the stop record button.
That's all right, sweetie.
I think I was going to tell you that I was... So we've left the mall. Home is 8:46 p.m., 10% arrival. We don't plan to stop again unless that number drops or one of us really needs to use the restroom.
Right, there's bailouts in Siler City.
Yeah, well, we got lots of bailouts in Siler City in particular, but so even though we've barely left UNCC, we probably are not stopping again. It worked out fine for Don to charge. There's a Shell station there. He says he filmed me a video, you guys a video, and he said the only bad thing was it pointed into the sun.
Yeah.
Late in the day, there's a lot of sun action there.
Yeah. Probably feels great in the wintertime. But
Right, in the summer, not so good.
Well, we got home at 12%. When I left the supercharger, it said 10%, but we got home at 12. It was as high as 15 on the way. So Ruby, she's still, watt hours per mile. She's very predictable. She worked really well. And I drove 75, 77, 78 miles all the way. I mean, I was pretty close to 10 over the speed limit. We came home and found this waiting for us. Today was Mary Ann's subscribe and save day. So, lots of stuff. Anyway, I'm going to unpack this and unload the car, and then we'll put Ruby up.